big hello, and thank you for joining us once again for this episode of NewsWrap, where we compile all the latest news that happened in the past 2 weeks or so. Without further ado, let's get to it. On March the 1st, Thailand's court system began a pilot project in which electronic ankle devices are being used to keep track of suspects on bail, on probation, or on parole.
The electronic monitoring or EM ankle devices are an effort to tackle overcrowding in Thailand's prisons and social inequity by preventing the incarceration of those who can't afford to post bail. 23 courts have started using the GPS-equipped ankle devices, which allow the wearer to be monitored in real time. They transmit information about the wearer's whereabouts and send an alert if they break bail or parole conditions, leave a designated travel area, try to destroy the device, or attempt to harm anyone. A new electronic monitoring centre at Bangkok's criminal court is manned by a team of 24 officials who monitor the devices being worn by suspects around the clock. In the pilot stage, 5,000 of the ankle devices are in use.
A nationwide raid by authorities on March the 18th saw over 100 foreigners rounded up for being in Thailand illegally.
The coordinated raid on 111 residences, restaurants, nightclubs and bars resulted in the arrest of 122 foreigners for overstaying or illegally entering Thailand. Most of those detained were from India, Myanmar, Cambodia, Laos and Vietnam. The Tourist Police Bureau said some of them were found to be working as football players, international school teachers and priests, and some reportedly had drugs in their possession. The raid was led by tourist, narcotics and immigration police as well as commandos. It was the latest in a series of raids targeting people staying in Thailand illegally. In February, a police raid on the Soi Cowboy red light area netted over 70 foreigners, including Ugandan, Sudanese, Bangladeshi, Indian and Cambodian nationals, and another on the Nana Hotel in Sukhumvit Soi 4 caught 10 foreigners from India and Africa. Police reportedly labelled the Soi 4 raid Operation Black Eagle.
Workers at a construction site in the Dusit area got a shock when they unearthed something they did not expect.
They dug up nearly 100 dumb bombs at the site on Ratchawiti Road and immediately alerted explosive ordnance disposal experts who rushed to the scene. The bombs were identified as BDU-33 non-explosive ordnance, the type used in training to simulate actual bombs. Each of the bombs weighed around 25 pounds and measured about 1.5 foot in length. Initial forensic testing showed them to be at least 45 years old, and it's believed they were from the World War II era, likely deployed by the US.
The opening day for political party registration took place, signaling Thailand's gradual return to democracy after the 2014 military coup.
Representatives from over 40 parties turned up on the day to submit their party names and logos, well over half of all political parties in Thailand, that number being 69. Another indicator of a country eager for a new election, there were people of various backgrounds ranging from businessmen to academics to farmers. There were some YouTube celebrities, filmmakers, a former army general's wife, activists, and even former guerrilla fighters. Thailand's political party lineup includes names like the Thai Nation Power Party, Siam Democrat Party, Future Forward Party, the Thai Unity Party, Referendum Party, Thai Civilized, Isan Party, Green Party, Populism Party, New Moral Force, and even the Selfish Party. Registration is open until the end of March, and election officials will have 30 days to approve or reject the registration applications. To be eligible for registration, a party must have at least 500 registered members and 1 million baht in seed funding. Campaigning isn't allowed yet. That has to wait until the military government lifts the ban on political activities.
Premchai, the boss of construction company Italian-Thai Development, wanted for wildlife poaching, finally turned himself into police.
In early February, Premchai and 3 others were caught by rangers on patrol in an area of jungle inside a wildlife sanctuary in Kanchanaburi. In their possession was hunting gear, firearms and several animal carcasses, including that of a black panther. They were initially charged with 9 counts of poaching and trespassing. The wildlife killing itself sparked public anger, and there was also criticism of the police, who appeared to be taking their time with the case. In particular, criticism of Ransi Brahmakun, the deputy police chief in charge of the case, who was accused of showing leniency after videos emerged of him bowing humbly to why or greet Premchai. Premchai also faces more charges that include bribing national park officers and illegal possession of firearms, ivory and protected animal carcasses. He was still granted bail, posting a bond of 300,000 baht, and under the condition he did not leave the country without the court's permission.
There was another incident of unprovoked violence on the streets of Bangkok, and this time it is an elderly man on the receiving end.
Video footage of the incident showed 82-year-old garbage collector Jarun Manipan being kicked and punched until he fell unconscious. His attacker was a young motorcyclist a quarter his age, 21-year-old Narathon or George Sawit Young, and he was charged with physical and mental assault. George was arrested and apologized for his rage, agreeing to foot all medical bills for Jarun, who was hospitalized for several days after the cowardly attack on him. George initially said the elderly man had knocked his motorbike down with his pushcart tricycle and then tried to flee. However, the video seemed to show otherwise. George swerving and hitting the man's cart and falling off his motorbike. George is seen reading his mobile phone, causing him to swerve.
Rabies claimed a sixth life as authorities rush to contain an outbreak which has been detected in nearly 40 provinces in Thailand.
Popular tourist destinations including Bangkok and Chiang Rai were among areas with infection. As of March 19th, 24 provinces remained at risk, and the number of human deaths from rabies since the beginning of the year was 6. The Department of Livestock Development has put the number of confirmed rabies cases in animals so far this year at 400. That's twice the number of the same period last year. Rabies can be passed to humans from the bite of an infected animal. It's almost certainly fatal unless quickly treated with a full dose of vaccine. In Thailand, the disease is mostly spread by infected dogs, cats and cows. The Department of Livestock Development announced on March the 21st it had already vaccinated 2.49 million cats and dogs and was aiming to vaccinate 8.2 million pets within 2018. It has also urged pet owners to have their pets vaccinated, and that as a precaution, everyone, including children, should get a vaccination.
And that is it for this edition of NewsWrap. I look forward to seeing you again, and in the meantime, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to NewsOps. I am Grit Tone. NewsOps out.